Get some awesome Pokemon Sword and Shield shirts today. Teespring link for these 4 fabulous designs will be in the link in the description down below. While growing up, the Pokemon anime was something that was close to many of our hearts, and for many of us, the anime is what served as the entry point to the rest of the franchise. To this day, the Pokemon anime continues to live on, and while it may not be the way it was 20 years ago, it's still close to the hearts of many Pokemon fans today, old and young. As simple as the show may be, in its own unique way, it taught us various life lessons, mainly about friendship and coexistence. And while the anime continues to teach people the true value of friendship, the anime was once planned to end in a very unexpected way. It was an ending that symbolized the heart of the Pokemon anime, all the while revealing the dark truth of Ash and his Pokemon journey. What's going on, guys? HybridHero here. Yes, you heard right. At one point, the Pokemon anime was in fact gonna end. As chief writer of the Pokemon anime, the late Takashi Shudo had come up with a plan for the ending. Most of you will know that the Pokemon franchise was actually supposed to conclude as a whole after Pokemon Gold and Pokemon Silver and everything that happened in the Johto region. In fact, if you've seen the first ever Japanese teaser trailer for the first Pokemon movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back, you'd know that it looked as if an ending was planned for the series all the way back then. As the teaser trailer shows an adult Misty and another woman taking care of a little girl who's presumably the daughter of Ash and Misty. And considering that Mewtwo Strikes Back introduced a few new Johto Pokemon, and that we've never seen an adult version of Misty before, it definitely looked like this trailer hinted at the future ending of this series, which presumably would have had Ash and Misty end up as a couple, have a daughter together, and end off this series with that. But thanks to the popularity of the franchise, the games and the anime continue to live on today. For various different reasons, however, Takashi Shudo decided to step down from being the chief writer of the anime series after the conclusion of the Johto arc. So for those of you that argue that our adventures with Ash, Misty, and Brock only seem so great because of nostalgia, you might want to reconsider things, as it may just have been Takashi Shudo's writing which caused us to love that part of the anime so much. In fact, the episodes that were written by him are some of my personal favorites. The only connections that I can find with Shudo's episodes in comparison to the rest of the episodes are that Shudo just tends to make more darker and emotional Pokemon episodes. All of the episodes written by him have at least one very memorable and emotional moment, and that's all because of the darker tone used in parts of the episodes, or the episode as a whole. Something that we never really saw in a kid's show back then, but it was something that helped us empathize with all of our favorite characters, and even learn certain life lessons from the events that they went through. In Shudo's online blogs, he revealed that the final episode that he had planned for the series even had what is essentially the plot of Pokemon Black and White ready in anime form, as a bunch of captured Pokemon had rebelled against their trainers, as they believed that they were being enslaved by them. And the leader of this group was none other than Pikachu, who would have had to end up fighting Ash, and Meowth would have helped save the day, as he would have served as the bridge between people and Pokemon, since he can speak both of their languages. Again, this episode would have addressed the question that many parents and children all had regarding animal cruelty and slavery within the franchise, which would later be answered with Pokemon Black and White. I imagine that if this episode was completed and approved of, the episode would show that being a Pokemon trainer isn't about enslaving Pokemon and using them as tools or weapons, but a way of coexisting and forming friendships between humans and Pokemon. A way that shows how they can both live together, love each other, and help one another. While this would have been cool for a final episode, Takashi Shudo had a completely different plan for the ending of this same episode, and as a result, for the anime as a whole. It is an ending that emphasized friendship and coexistence, but in a much more darker tone. In fact, it's one that's actually somewhat similar to the famous Ash's coma theory. Months and years have passed. Satoshi, who has become an old man, suddenly remembers the old days. It is an embellished memory of childhood, a fantasy, the imaginary creatures, Pokemon and their adventure, friendship, coexistence. That is, in the real human world, something Satoshi could could not possibly encounter. However, somewhere in childhood, surely, Pikachu and the other Pokemon are there. Musashi and Kojiro are there. Mewtwo's there. Not just that, everyone Satoshi encountered on his childhood adventure can be seen in the elderly Satoshi's eyes. Satoshi hears his mother's voice in his ear. Come along. Hurry to your bed. You set off on your journey in the morning, don't you? The next morning, woken up by his mother, Satoshi, once again in the form of a young boy, energetically rushes out of the house. This is a search. Not to catch Pokemon, not a journey to become a Pokemon master, but to discover what I am. A journey with the goal of coexisting with others. Man, I always knew that Pokemon touched on some deeper and darker topics, but if they went this route, this ending would have taken the crown. A long-awaited ending to our favorite childhood journey, only to find out that the journey was never real in the first place. Can you imagine what it would have been like? Watching all those episodes as a kid, caring about all your favorite characters and creatures, going on this journey with them, only to find out that it was just an old man's way of learning who he is and how to live alongside other people? I mean, sure, their journey was never really real in the first place, as it was just a TV show. But as a child, there were times where the Pokemon anime felt more real than real. We were so invested with all these characters and the story as a whole that at one point, the journey started to become our own journey. The story felt so relatable and taught us so much that it was almost as if we were growing alongside the story. And that's why, despite how dark it may be, I think this would have been a great, and maybe even perfect ending to the Pokemon anime. Like I said, the journey pretty much became our own journey. A journey that taught us the meaning of friendship and coexistence. And if you really think about it, this is an ending that's made to be completely relatable to any fan of the show. A major part of the appeal of the show is how well everyone is able to coexist with one another. Seeing Ash and his friends work alongside other people in Pokemon is always a primary focus of the show. These characters always try to understand one another before looking to be understood. And because of that, they were able to make bonds really easily, and were able to work with everyone they met so effortlessly. And regardless of your social capabilities, at one point or another, this show, without a doubt, inspired you to make some kind of connection to the people around you. And for some of you, it may have actually been the reason as to why you have some of the friends you do right now. Because ultimately, that's what the Pokemon series as a whole is all about. Pokemon was never about catching monsters and using them for battle. This series, at its core, was always about friendship and meeting new people. That's why we have all these communication features. We have two different versions of the games so that we can go outside and make a new friend on the playground. We have the GTS so that we're able to create bonds all over the world and help each other across the globe. We have the Pokemon community so that we can all come together and share our experiences of a franchise we love and support each other while doing so. This series is about friendship and coexistence, not just the anime. But this ending for the anime would have encapsulated our longing to discover who we are and how to exist joyfully among one another perfectly. Because fundamentally, that's all we're really looking for. Maybe the concept would have been too hard for us to understand as kids, and we all just would have been sad once we've seen it. Or maybe this ending would have fueled our longing for these answers, so that we decide to look for them before the time we reach Ash's old age. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what Takashi Shudo was trying to do with the ending. But since we never got it, we will never know how we would have felt all those years ago. But that doesn't mean that we don't need to know the answers to the questions of who we are and how to live joyfully among others. If we just carry the essence of the Pokemon franchise with us and always remember it, then the journey doesn't need to end with the anime. Because the journey will live on within you. As you live out the journey and continue to touch the lives of others and make a difference to the people and world around you, the Pokemon anime will live on as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, then be sure to hero punch the like button. If you didn't, then hit that dislike button. Let me know how you feel. Comment down below with your thoughts and opinions. what did you think of Takashi Shuno's ending for the anime? What did you think of this video? And how has Pokemon changed you and your life for the better? Let me know. Share the video around if you want to help support the channel. And finally, subscribe to the little bell icon if you want to stay up to date with all my content. Take care of yourselves, have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next video, alright? Later.